that me?
Yes.
Yep.
This is John D. Bartola, 1197 Bedford Street. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes. I just have two comments on agenda items. There's an agenda item this morning about the State Theater with the lease. I was hoping you could provide more information on what that agenda item entails. The modifications are to the lease, if there's any plans on when you're going to be vacating the property, there's a transfer risk involved, stuff like that. The second thing on the agenda is there's an item about Wessel and Company. It's the financial advisors from the 2023 to 2024 time period. I was curious if you could tell us how much you're paying them, what the specifics are of the contract, exactly what they will be doing, being hired by the JRA. Thank you so much. Thank you.
We're going to cover both of those items in the meeting. Okay. And we need a motion to approve the minutes that are attached here.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, go ahead. Roll call.
Ms. Hugo?
Yes.
Mr. Pascarella?
Yes.
Ms. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Trisella?
Yes.
Okay. I think we're good. Let's go to the executive director's report.
Good afternoon, everyone. I want to first announce that Cambria County did receive the $1.7 million to continue the weatherization program throughout Cambria County. We met with, the authority met with both JRA and the County Redevelopment Authority last week. JRA is going to oversee the workforce development portion, which is also a part of this grant that was received. And then the Johnstown Redevelopment Authority will implement the weatherization as we did for the city throughout the surrounding municipalities. So we're pleased that we were fully funded at 100% of the 1.7 that was allocated to our county. The authority advertised for the financial advisor. We interviewed all three of the applicants that we received RFPs from, or RFQs. And the finance director and myself had interviewed them and rated them. And if you see in your packet, the rating scale is included, as well as the response and the percentages that were given through each of the areas. JRA continues to provide funding for boroughs and townships throughout Cambria County for the sewer lateral grant program. And I'm asking all of you to please, as you're out and about speaking with folks, to just please remind them that this program is available if their residents or friends or family meet those requirements financially, that we're able to fund their lateral work. We have a large amount of dollars still left that we're hoping to be able to provide to those municipalities. The update for Hasana Industries, they are also not only partnering with the Redevelopment Authority for our residents, but with the Women's Health Center for a blitz build. The structure that it is located right beside the center on Napoleon Street has been acquired by them. And on April 3rd and April 6th, they're looking for volunteers from 8 to 4 throughout the day to assist in this process. And pending board approval today, there's a whole lot of good going on along the Iron Tree Trail. The funding that was received from the Community Foundation, we are going to have 15 solar lights installed along the trail. And through our overview of this project with the trail, we've also been able to partner with the library for the story walk, and the library was also funded for that initiative. And in the meantime, we noticed that there are some railings missing along the fence line where the river wall is, and Martin Baker is going to provide some volunteers from their organization to address any of those issues with the work there on the fencing. So over the next few weeks, we'll see all that taking place. The private sale that's taking place on Friday. So I received an email last week from Larissa, the director of the Cambria County Tax Claim Bureau, and 2 of the properties that the authority was interested in purchasing are now removed from the sale, pending legal action. So with the Tax Claim Bureau needing to remove those 2 properties, Bill and I talked this morning. the interested party in the two properties at the corner of Corner and Hickory, which is one of the ones that was removed, in the vacant lot next door to it, when they had originally reached out to the land bank, they were also interested in 128, 130 Cook Street and 518, 520 Ash Street. So we were just taking them in small steps, just to give the private folks the opportunity to show the land bank and the authority what they were able to do with the properties. So I asked her to just choose two at the beginning of this, which were the two that were eliminated. So I just wanted to make the board aware that there are two other ones that they're interested in, and if that's something that the board would like to move forward with, I am able to email Larissa today and let her know that these two will be acquired through the land bank. So I just wanted the board feedback as far as that goes, is what the thoughts may be on that
Do
topic.
we need a vote on this?
We would need a motion giving me the permission.
And we technically need two votes because this is not on the agenda.
Sure.
So we need a motion to amend the agenda to add additional parcels.
Okay, is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Go ahead, Miss.
I have a question, Melissa.
Sure.
Can you just tell us a little bit more about those two additional properties that would be added?
Sure.
Are
They're
they houses?
they are homes. They're duplexes. One is 128, 130 Cook Street, located in the West End, and the other is 518, 520 Ash Street, that is actually on the same block that the interested party reside on. So they've acquired another
Okay.
vacant lot there that they are just gonna create a green space, and then they're interested in this one in hopes that they can stop this from future blight elimination.
Did you say one is just going to be used for green space?
No, they've already acquired a lot on that same block for green space, as well as their residential home that they reside in, and they're interested now in this property.
And do we know that the reuse of this properties are going to be residential?
Residential,
Keep
yes,
the property in taxation, et cetera?
correct, yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Miss, you wanna do the roll call?
Mr. Pascarella?
Yes.
Ms. Hukel?
Yes.
Ms. Ray? Mr. Trisella?
Rick, a vote?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Now a motion to authorize the executive director to acquire those two properties.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Roll call?
Mr. Pascarella?
Yes.
Ms. Hukel?
Yes.
Ms. Ray? Yes. Mr. Trisella?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And the operation and maintenance contract for the sewage treatment plant was advertised on PedVid starting last Wednesday, so we will keep the board updated as far as how that process is moving. And there is continued demolition in the Old Conemaugh Borough section of Johnstown, and it has completed in Hornerstown. But the Community Foundation did reach out to the authority and asked if we would be willing to oversee and partner with the Cambria County Redevelopment Authority for $50,000 worth of demolitions in East Conemaugh and Del Borough. We've done this in the past on a few structures, and it works well as far as the process between the county and the city. And I've also have reached out to both Del Borough and East Conemaugh just to see if this was something that we were interested in moving forward, if they have the properties taken care of administratively on their end. And they each actually have two properties that have been already Act 90 that were set for demolition, and that they were obviously very pleased that this is an opportunity for them. And I've spoke directly with both municipalities, and I have a meeting in East Conemaugh set for this Thursday.
That's very good.
Yes.
Okay, the State Theater, that comes later in the meeting, but do you wanna discuss that, and it'll just save time?
No, absolutely. The State Theater resolution today is just based on a different cost for the insurance. We were able to get a lower cost for insurance, which will ultimately be financed through the State Theater Foundation. So we gave them the opportunity to just have their own policy with the theater itself. And over this weekend, I've had numerous conversations with Eric. They had very successful shows throughout the weekend, very positive in the Central Business District. I spoke to a few restaurant owners that said that you couldn't even, their reservations were sold out. It was just great to see everything. And they also made, for those of you that aren't aware, IMAX also had a video presentation confirming that they are interested in Johnstown and that they are going to partner not only with the city but with the State Theater Foundation. So
Yeah.
it's very exciting to see that step moving forward also.
Yeah.
And I do have a meeting set with Eric and the new CEO this month.
So there's the IMAX, which is a public company. There's very, in just a short time, very pending good news there. And I don't want to steal their thunder because they have to make that announcement, but that seems like it's coming. It's very coming to a positive head here very soon, according to the State Theater people.
Yes. And one other item very quickly, Bill. I know that Joe had reached out to you regarding the environmental covenant for CMA. They've also presented an update. I know that there were many questions. Rick, are you able to hear me well? These were topics that you have asked in the past about the Center for Metal Arts.
Yes, I hear you very well, thank you.
Okay, they had provided photographs this morning of the structural beam being addressed in 106. That construction is underway, as well as Bill had stayed on top of this also. In their lease agreement, the tools that the authority owns from Bethlehem Steel, they are now beginning to categorize them. They have provided photo documentation to show that each pallet is based on each tool, and they're all being stored in their facility on John Street. And they invited me over, and I did actually take a tour of how they have everything, starting the catalog portion of this.
Okay,
Okay.
Melissa, I have one question.
Sure.
106, is that the pattern shop?
It is, yes. So the beam going down the
Okay.
center, I know you had questioned
Yeah.
numerous times. And I'll forward you those images so you could see, but the contractor has stabilized the
Okay.
entire beam.
Yeah, well, that's an important beam because it was sagging and it precludes, and the way it was, it precluded the use of the second floor.
Exactly.
So that's important to address.
Yes, and it's very visible in the images of what they're doing. So I figured that would be an update you would be pleased with.
Okay.
Melissa, is it correct that the hiring of the financial advisory firm is routine and to perform our audit?
Well, this is more than just the audit. So this was one of the recommendations from S&P. So it was actually one step more where our rating agency just provided some feedback to us while we're working to increase our bond rating, that was one part that they wanted to see. This isn't for day-to-day operations of the financials. This is for very large capital improvement projects. This is for this group to be a liaison during the times that we have the conversations with S&P. Whenever we have those bond rating calls, Bill is always there on the legal side. Tom always attends on the engineering side. So now there will also be representation on the finance side.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And this isn't to do our audit, let's be
No,
clear.
this is not to do, this has
This
nothing
is
to
to
do
help
with
improve our rating.
bond rating, yes.
Okay, all right, thank you, Finance Director's report.
She's coming in. She has to stay in there because Michelle's not here to
Okay, well then,
She'll be here.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. The grant funding update is attached for your review. We are anticipating closing out several of the projects over the next few months. The Cambria County Sewer Lateral Assistance Program is moving along very well. The Sewer Lateral Compliance Loan Program has slowed down a bit, so I reached out to the Greater Johnstown Water Authority last month and requested that they put a message on the billings, which promotes our program, and they've done this for us in the past as well, so hopefully the phone calls and interest will pick back up. The GIS dashboard is attached for review along with the ARPA weatherization program charts. At the February meeting, the board approved a trigger resolution for our electric supplier. I'm pleased to say that the numbers came in even better than we had initially expected. We signed a 36-month contract with Smartest Energy at a rate of 0.05579. Our current contract for electricity is set to expire at the end of this year, December 31st. There are several resolutions on today's agenda for board approval. Resolution B is approving a contract with Snyder Brothers for the natural gas accounts that we have at the plant and also the other various JRA accounts. This will go into effect at the end of November, at the end of the current contract expiration. Unfortunately, the energy markets have been extremely high with really no relief in sight, so I'm suggesting that we sign a 3-year contract, a 36-month contract at a rate of 4.58. That table and everything is in there for your review. Resolution C is supporting the PA1 call for safe digging month in April, and we did this last year as well. Resolution D is approving the proposal from Westall Company for financial advisory services, as was just discussed. And the 2022 audit should be getting underway very soon. I'll keep the board updated as things progress. For the month of February, the cash disbursements, Cambria Iron Works, $15,706.30. Grant Partnership Fund, $25,732. Centertown Mall, $5,444.45. The revolving account, $292,485.68. Johnstown Regional Sewage, $741,727. And for the month of February, the total disbursements then is $1,081,095.43.
And is there a motion when we get for that electric purchase?
No, the electric was done last month. We approved a trigger as long as we got a number that was at least this low, we authorized to go ahead and have it.
And it was well below, I believe it was like 6 cents that was capped, so,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Sure.
Sanitary sewer overflow report, please.
Okay, on the Fairfield Avenue project, there's not anything going on in the field. There is some paperwork that's still being processed. On today's agenda, there's a request for change order from the contractor for some work related to the backfill material and relocating the spoil that was excavated as part of the trenching activity to an alternate site while the contracted site was under maintenance. So you'll see a change order on the agenda related to that. Once that change order is ironed out, we can begin the final payment application and the DEP inspection. It's the only activity I have on the Fairfield Avenue. On the interceptor maintenance projects, the Route 271 project is back out in the seasonal work zone. Mike received an email from the contractor, and we are working on an inventory of the manhole frames and covers that might need adjusted. We don't anticipate a whole lot of that, and if there are adjustments necessary, we would just be using a riser ring. So again, I don't anticipate a lot of work there, just the acquisition of a few riser rings to accommodate smooth paving transition. We continue to work with staff on the activity of cleaning the siphons. On the Washington Street project, this is the highway occupancy permit. We did receive the highway occupancy permit late last week. We are also notified that PennDOT is beginning its paving schedule beginning April 17th. So we're in a little bit of a crunch time with the installation of the new manhole on Washington Street. The manhole will be cast next week at the fabricators. The contractor is on board to install that manhole either the week of the 3rd or the week of the 10th at the worst. So we're going to be cutting it real close to the milling and paving operation, but it's our goal to get it done so that we don't have to tear it up again. I'm hoping that everything's going to work out all well and good there. So that's the schedule on the Washington Street. The consent order activities, progress report number 29 was submitted. We've got no comments back on that. There's no activity on the flow metering program. The NPDS permit, we anticipate being ready to submit that by the end of April, at the latest the end of May. So we're on board for that. renewal application. On the H2O grant and the small water grants, we've submitted comments from the first round of comments that received from DCED. We're back into a holding pattern on those comments, so that's moving along. The annual waste load management report, also known as the Chapter 94 report, is underway. We expect to have that submitted before the end of March when it's due date. So we're about 90% complete with that right now. Next week we'll anticipate wrapping that up for submission. And we have no active projects at the wastewater treatment plant. Any questions?
All right. Sue.
Yes. Good morning. Just a couple items that Melissa and also Tom touched on. Again, we are continuing to review all service agreements in-house and upcoming contracts associated with Dornick Point. One item I do want to point out to the board, and you'll see a pass out of basically a hood system. In-house staff constructed this, fabricated this hood system over the influent. We received estimates around $90-some thousand, $80 to $90-some thousand. They were able to complete this project for under $30,000. So, hats off to them for taking the initiative to do this, and long run saved us some money. We also, next week, I have a meeting along with the plant manager, the city fire department, and also the West Taylor fire chief to have an overview of the plant and emergency response, to have them familiarize themselves with the plant in moving forward. Jar testing is also being completed, and we had a number of vendors came in and the jar test associated with the polymer, and our end goal is for basically a cost and also performance associated with polymer for the centrifuge. So as that continues, we will keep the board updated. A lot of preparation for the RFP, as Melissa talked about with the sewage plant. Tom spoke about the Washington Street interceptor. Also under resolutions, we have 2 awards to the same contractor for a 1-year period for chemicals down at the plant. Also, there is another resolution for Cleveland Brothers to enter into a service agreement for the emergency generator at the plant. Again, Melissa talked about the efforts and coordination efforts along with the Cambria County Library and beginning. So a lot of good things are taking place down there, and we're pretty excited about that. And also the new lighting that is taking place. Sewer lateral and ARPA weatherization grant is taking place. The siphon inspection, we are anticipating sometime in April of 2023 to start the maintenance and the cleaning of that.
Okay.
That's all. Thank you.
Melissa, are you gonna mention about the federal community project grant request? Yeah, go ahead.
So basically with the H2O grant and the small sewer and water, the remaining match dollars were a little over $3.5 million that we, as the authority, had to show proof that we do have those dollars in place for the match. And our local senators and congressmen have been working on some earmarks in Cambria County and
Community projects.
community projects. And we had spoke to them whenever we were in Washington. The project that obviously is very at the top of our priority list is the sewage treatment plant. And we were able to present a community project application to both Congressman Joyce and both Senator Casey in Fetterman's office. So that was submitted on Friday.
Okay, great. Okay, you're up.
Just a couple things. As we're working on the Act 2 certifications at Lower Cambria, that will involve the property leased to CMA and the property sold to Johnstown Hydraulics, and we're very, very close to having that done and finished. We'll keep after it. The natural gas contract, which is Resolution B, I looked over the contract. I worked with Cheryl. We made a couple little changes to their standard contract language that could have caused some problems. But that is suitable and proper to approve. The chemical bids in resolutions E and F, I checked all the bid documents, and it's my judgment and opinion to you that both of those are suitable to enter. And I just on resolution I, which is the change order for Fair Works on the Fairfield Avenue project. This was caused when the city had to shut down the plant, the fill area that they had already, the contractor had already paid for the right to use it. They shut it down, and these are extra costs that were incurred. The contractor is clearly owed this money. There's no, this is one of the surest, most certain change orders that I've seen. Usually there's a lot of debate on change orders. This one is not one for debate. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? If not, we'll need a motion to approve the fiscal and the other operations reports.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay.
I'll second.
Roll call, Ms.
Mr. Pascarella?
Yes.
Ms. Wright?
Yes.
Ms. Hinkle?
Yes.
Mr. Trisella?
Yes.
Okay, now we go into the resolutions. A resolution of the Redevelopment Authority of the City of Johnstown updating the proposed lease agreement with the State Theater Foundation, resolution number 4765, passed September 20th, 2022. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
I'll make that motion.
Okay,
Second it, yeah.
Okay, we do the roll call. Are there any questions from any of the board members? Okay, let's go to roll call here.
Ms. Hinkle?
Yes.
Mr. Pascarella?
Yes.
Ms. Wright?
Yes.
Mr. Trisella?
Yes.
Okay, B, a resolution of the Redevelopment Authority of the City of Johnstown approving the execution of a contract with Snyder Brothers to be the independent retail supplier of natural gas for the Dornick Point wastewater treatment plant and the various Redevelopment Authority natural gas accounts. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay,
Give Rick a chance.
all right, roll call, please.
Ms. Hinkle?
Yes.
Mr. Pascarella?
Yes.
Ms. Wright?
Yes.
Mr. Trisella?
Yes.
Okay. C, a resolution of the Redevelopment Authority of the City of Johnstown supporting Pennsylvania Safe Digging Month, Pennsylvania One Call, celebrating over 50 years of continuous service. Motion, please.
So moved.
Second. Okay, roll call, please.
Ms. Hinkle?
Yes.
Mr. Pascarella?
Yes.
Ms. Wright?
Yes.
Mr. Trisella?
Yes.
Okay. D, a resolution of the Redevelopment Authority of the City of Johnstown approving a proposal for financial advisory services from the firm of Wessel and Company for the years 2023 and 2024.
So moved.
Okay, there's motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Okay, roll call.
Ms. Hinkle?
Yes.
Mr. Pascarella?
Yes.
Ms. Wright?
Yes.
Mr. Trisella?
Yes.
Okay, E, a resolution of the Redevelopment Authority of the City of Johnstown authorizing the award of contract number 2023-WWTP1 to Univar Wardsville, PA for the bulk purchase of sodium bisulfate for the Dornick Point wastewater treatment plant. Motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Ms. Hinkle?
Yes.
Mr. Pascarella?
Yes.
Ms. Wright?
Yes.
Mr. Trisella?
Yes.
Okay, and we move to F, resolution of the Redevelopment Authority of the City of Johnstown authorizing the award of contract number 2023-WWTP-2 to Univore of Morrisville, PA for the bulk purchase of sodium hypochlorite for the Dorning Point wastewater treatment plant.
So moved.
Okay, thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Ms. Hugo?
Yes.
Mr. Pascarella?
Yes.
Ms. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Trisella?
Yes.
Okay, thanks, that passes. G, a resolution of the Redevelopment Authority of the City of Johnstown approving a PM service contract with Cleveland Brothers in the amount of $1,934 for the emergency generator at the Dorning Point wastewater treatment plant. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Ms. Hugo?
Yes.
Mr. Pascarella?
Yes.
Ms. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Trisella?
Yes.
Okay, moving on to H, a resolution of the Redevelopment Authority of the City of Johnstown authorizing the executive director to advertise for requests for proposal for solar lighting along the Iron Street Trail. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Ms. Hugo?
Yes.
Mr. Pascarella?
Yes.
Ms. Ray? Yes. Mr. Trisella?
Yes.
Okay, resolution of the resolution of the Redevelopment Authority of the City of Johnstown authorizing change order number 3 to the Fairfield Avenue Interceptor Rehabilitation Project, contract number 2018-INT-1.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay,
I'll second.
all right, roll call, please.
Ms. Hugo?
Yes.
Mr. Pascarella?
Yes.
Ms. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Trisella?
Yes.
Okay, J, a resolution of the Redevelopment Authority of the City of Johnstown authorizing payment of certain obligations related to sewage operations in accordance with standing resolution number 3869.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay,
I'll second.
okay, and let's, roll call, please.
Ms. Hugo?
Yes.
Mr. Pascarella?
Yes.
Ms. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Trisella?
Yes.
Okay, new business, I just wanna congratulate Laura on her alma mater being the basketball powerhouse of the world now with the men's and women's team both advancing to the Sweet 16. Yes, it's quite an achievement. Okay, with that being said, I think we're on our last round of public comments and the gentleman, you don't have any public comments, no? Okay, John, please, you're up if you wanna
Can
speak.
you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to note that I sent it a right to know request to Melissa. I know that if she has the information, she will submit it. Not Melissa, just send me an email.
No problem. I received it
And once
yesterday.
again, I'd like to, I also like to caution you guys about the Dino Corporation. I've been complaining about that once again, to ask you to dissolve. That's all. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay, we need a vote here. Roll
Ms.
call.
Hugo?
Yes.
Mr. Pascarella?
Yes.
Ms. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Trisella?
Yes.
Thanks for calling in, Rick.
Yes.
Sure.
Me either. Somebody has to do a pull, like, why?